Alright, I gotta do some kind of video for today because I haven't seen anything worth talking about for me this week so far. So I've got to do some sort of video for you guys this week. So I figured today I'll talk about some of my memories of going to local rental store or rental stores, I should say, around me that I have. And I'll make this be a series if it does pretty well, if this first video does pretty well. If it doesn't, I won't keep doing videos like this. But if it does, I'll keep doing more videos because I don't want to say a lot of memories, but I have quite a few that stick in my mind. So yeah, we're just gonna roll with it and see what happens. So sit back and relax as I talk about my rental store memories of Batman Forever for the Super Nintendo. Yes, yeah, I know the game is terrible, but it's a really funny memory. And these videos are gonna be pretty short too, because especially this one in particular, there's not much to this story. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Sit back, relax, and roll with me as we talk about this stuff. So there was a local game rental store called Network Video that was like pretty much right up the street from us. It was like right up the street, like around the corner on the Pike. We call it the Pike because it had like a bunch of stores and stuff. And and one of the stores was a video rental store. Hell, we used to have a GameStop. Um, God, that was like 15 years ago almost. That GameStop was probably there, but we used to have a GameStop up there too. So it just goes to show you how much time changes stuff. But anyway, so we would go up there a lot, like my dad and my older brother and maybe my younger brother too. I don't remember if he ever went there with us. I'm pretty sure he did when he was older, like not a baby, but like a toddler to like 5 years old or 6 years old maybe. But for years we had been going up there to my dad, my brother, and I, and we would always go up there and rent mostly. It was mostly video games. I think my dad would rent movies every now and then, but it was, from what I remember, it was very few and far between that we ever rented movies from there, per se, that I can remember. But we probably did, but I just don't remember. So anyway, we got pretty cordial with the staff there and the guy that like ran the store. And he turned out to be a super cool guy and stuff like that. I'll get into that in a later video if you guys like this video, because there are some stories I have about that. So anyway, going back to how my experience with Batman Forever. So it was probably like a weekend or something, or close to a weekend, and my friend was going to be staying over my house. And yes, it was this house. I've lived in this house my entire life, by the way. So it was this exact house. And I don't know if we had my friend with us or not, but I want to say we didn't this time around, but I know we had in the past. And I was looking for like 2-player games to get, and I didn't want to get the same stuff I always would get, like Super Double Dragon, which I do have a story about that, because I rented that game a lot, but I'll get to that story in a later video. Um, but I was looking through like 2-player games, just looking through games, see if they were 2-player, and I saw Batman Forever. And as a kid, I never could remember which Batman game was the one I liked, which turns out to be Batman Returns. And I can never remember if that was the 2-player one or the 1-player one. So I think they allowed you to do 2 rentals for some price. I don't remember. But I got that and something else, I think. Or maybe it was just that time. But I got Batman Forever and brought it home. And I was like, oh yeah, this is the terrible game. So my friend and I were trying to figure it out. And mind you, we're like probably 7, 8 years old, maybe. I don't know how old I was at the time. I can't remember what year it was, but I know I was a little kid. And we would be going through it, going through the first level, and we'd always get stuck at one specific point of the game. And it's if you play the game, you know what I'm talking about. Once you get to one area of Arkham Asylum, because that's the first level, there's a part in the game where you have to use the grapple hook to go above you and defeat the enemies up there, and then circle back, and you're supposed to drop down to the level that you were just at, like the floor before, to like open some hatch that opens up when you clear all the enemies out. So, but as kids, we didn't know how to do that because we didn't have the manual at the time, and if we did, like, what kid's gonna sit there and read the manual to a video game? I rarely ever read the manuals. Do you want to know what I did with manuals most of the time? I looked at the pictures in there, like the screenshots and stuff, or the artwork in them, and then usually I threw them out, unless they were rental manuals. So we never really knew how to get past that part, because I remember we would sit there for like hours just trying to loop around, press different buttons and stuff like that, but we never knew how to do it. So I do remember one time specifically, we took the game back because we couldn't figure it out, and we got mad, and we got like some other game. It was probably Super Double Dragon, to be honest, or like it might have been, no, Rampage World Tour was kind of newer at that point. I did play that on N64 with my friend. We stayed up to like 6 a.m. playing that. When we were like 10 or 11, maybe 9. It was crazy. That's the latest I ever stayed up when I was a kid. During like, I think it was during like summer break or something. Batman Forever, like, it's very cryptic with its controls. Like there's no options menu to tell you, like, oh, if you hold down I think it's on the L button or the R button, and press down, you can drop down a level. It doesn't tell you that in the game. You have to literally read the manual to find it out. And like I said, because I know there were times we had the manual to the game, because there was one time that inside the rental case was actually the manual. I think it was missing a couple pages though, so that page might have been missing. But I do remember the other time I got the game by myself, the manual was there, and I couldn't find anything in the manual that said what to do. So eventually I just got pissed off when I was like 12, 13 years old. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to look this freaking game up and see what I'm supposed to do. And I looked at a fact on GameFAQs, and under the control section, it was like the R button plus down makes you jump down. I'm like, I swear to God, if it's something that stupid, I'm gonna be so pissed off. I didn't say that like out loud, but I thought in my head as a teenager. I was like, I'm gonna be so pissed if this is what this is. So I had the game at the time. Still, like I think we bought it from the store when it was going out of business, I think, because it had a network video sticker on it. My original copy of it did. So I turned it on, got to the point. I'm like, okay, I'm going to stand in the middle of where the grapple part was, and hold an R and press down and see what happens. And lo and behold, what happens? Batman jumps his fat ass down there. And I'm like, I turned it off, I took the game out, and I just like, I just flooded like a boomerang across the room because I was so mad. I was like, for years, we didn't think to do that. It was so annoying that we didn't think to do that. And I remember years later, when we reconnected on Facebook, when I first had created my Facebook account, I was talking to him one day on Facebook, and I was like, hey, dude, you remember the crappy Batman Forever game we played as kids, and we never could figure out that one part? He's like, oh yeah, he's like, yeah. That was always like super dumb and super stupid. I was like, yeah, it was just like we had to hold one button and press the down button. He's like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like, no, dude, I'm not fucking kidding you. And what I did was I sent him a little clip of I put on it on an emulator, and I just did a quick little short video, and I did it, and I posted it in the message. And he's like, "Oh my god, that's all you had to do is just jump down." I'm like, "Yeah, but it was super cryptic. You had to hold the R button and press the down button at the same time, or hold the R and press down." And he was like, "Why didn't we think of that?" I'm like, "I have no idea. We didn't think of that." But it's just funny to think about like stuff like that. Like that's my every time I look at the game on my shelf. Yes, I have the game complete in box. I have nostalgia for it because of that fact. Every time I put that game in or play it on the SD card on my Super NT, when I get to that part, I'm taking back to when I was a kid and couldn't figure it out. Because even with my younger brother, like when he got old enough to like understand how to hold a controller and play the game, we could never figure it out. And then once I did, I told him, and he was like, "We're stupid." I'm like, "Yeah, I know we are. We're dumb." So like, yeah, I don't know. Every time I think about that game, I just think about that stupid ass memory I have with that game. But it's just so dumb that two little buttons kept me from experiencing a game that debatably isn't very good, but I would have liked to have at least seen more of the game without having to use the cheat codes. Because eventually I found out about the debug menu code, the right, what was it? Left up, A, B, Y, or something like that. I think that's the cheat code at the title screen. The screen like flashes when you do it or something. Like that's how I experienced the rest of the game, is like just use the debug menu code to get past one level. And then like the rest of the game I experienced, I was like, oh, this game is really crappy and dumb. I'm never gonna play this again. And I never rented it again after that. Although I will say this. The one level with the timer, I think it's the third level. That music is pretty bopping. The music is actually pretty okay in that game, for the most part. Like, and the one stage where it's the question marks, just like looping around and stuff. That looked pretty cool. I remember liking that when I was a kid. So, yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to do this video just to see if it sticks. But yeah, that's my memory of Batman Forever with my favorite rental store network video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys got some good laughs out of it. Maybe you guys have memories of your favorite rental video store, like a Blockbuster or any kind of local store you went to. Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. And this has been Rolling with Kevin, and I am rolling out. Peace. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, click the bell button for all notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos, go live, post on the community page, all that good stuff. Shout outs to all my Patreon supporters: Matt Y99, Reaper7734, Titled Cal, AJ Gottawa, Oliver Frederick, Zual Atfi, It's Me, Charlize, Joe, William Swift, Griff 17, Charlie McKeon, Reverse Security, Zoo Hall, Freeliam, Just Drew, Ari Munson, HHG Fan, George McConnell, Elliot Scott, Benjamin Tellen, Magdalene Massaro, Vic Gomez, Freddie Ladd, Lee Fernay, and TJ Johnson. And I almost forgot about my newest one, Simon Lim Rossman. If I pronounced it wrong, I apologize, but thank you all for supporting me. It really does help out the channel a lot. Thank you to everyone whose name was scrolling across the screen for this screen. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to also follow me on Facebook and X as well if you want updates on what I'm doing, what I'm working on. If you want updates on when I upload videos, X is the best place to go for that, because I always tweet out when I do new videos. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I am rolling out.